Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial in which we are going to discuss a problem called arrange to form the largest number. So let's first understand the problem statement. So the problem statement is given a list of non-negative integers, arrange them such that they form the largest number. Okay, so what do you mean by non-negative integers? That it can be either 0 or a positive integer. Okay, and we need to arrange those integers to form the largest number. So let's first understand what the problem statement asks us to perform. So let's consider first example. If the input array is 3278, then we need to output 8732, which is a string representing the largest number that can be formed with these digits. Why so? Because 8732. So when the digits are singular, as you can see, just sorting them on the basis of the decreasing order and appending it will return us the largest element. Why so? Because the greater the digit at the leftmost place, the larger is the actual number. Okay, so this is the simple example, but let's have a look at the example 2, which is also having a 2-digit number. So if input array is 3, 30, 34, 5, 9, then the output is 9534330. Okay, so let's spend some time understanding this. So first of all, as we mentioned that when the greatest digit is at the leftmost place, then it returns the largest number. So as you can see here, the greatest digit is 9. So that's why having 9 as the leftmost digit is of great help, because then it returns the largest number that can be found. But there's one constraint here, that you can't change the element provided to you, like you can't rearrange the digits provided to you. So 30 should be taken as it is. It's not possible that you can put 3 then 34 then this 0. Okay, so digits cannot be rearranged for a particular element, but all these elements can themselves be rearranged among each other. Okay, so now how to understand this output? So what they have done, they have just taken 9, 5, 34, 3 and then 30. Okay, so one logic here, how do we need to understand whether 303 or 330 should be done? Okay, as you can see, 330 is greater than 303, so that's why we will pick this number. Okay, but how to understand this? The logic is not just first take the greater number and then append the next smaller number. No, it only works when the single digit elements are present, then only appending in the decreasing order would work. But when there are 2-digit numbers as well, just appending them in decreasing order would not solve the problem. As you can see here, 303 is smaller than 330, but as per the above logic, you will just attend 30 and 3. Okay, so this is incorrect. So this paves the need to have a custom sort method. Now what's a custom sort method? Let me explain you. Custom sort method is any method that you write on your own in order to perform sorting to the array elements. Okay, so what's custom sort in this case? Custom sort refers to the logic that you want to tell the code that perform this logic and then sort the array. So usually the built-in sort function is sorting the array in the increasing order. Okay, so you just need to write sort a dot begin a dot end, and that sorts the vector in increasing order for you. But when you want to sort in some customized method which is not so explicitly mentioned or so implicitly mentioned to the compiler, okay, so then you need to write a particular custom method which I'm going to demonstrate in a short time, so that will help you. So the logic is convert all the numbers to strings. Okay, why to strings? So that you can perform this append operation for the for the final answer. Then write a custom sort method to sort these strings, checking the value obtained by concatenating them. Okay, so how do we get to understand 303 is greater or 330? Because we know the actual values, right? But how do the compiler will get this? When we will write the custom sort method, we need to provide the logic which should be taken as the greater number. Okay, so this is the most important step, the second step. And finally just append these strings in order of decreasing order, so and just output the string. So this will give us the largest element that can be formed using these numbers. Okay, one special case is here, when all the numbers are 0, then the answer should be 0, so we need to return 0. Like example, if the input is 0 0 0, then output should be 0 and not 0 0 0. Okay, so this is incorrect, this is correct. So just simply appending the values would also not work. We need to have a look at this special case, which is having zeros as all input. Okay, so all these corner cases are discussed in an interview, and you should always think about handling them explicitly. Okay, there are some cases that always miss out these special cases, and hence the problem is not submitted completely, only partial marks are given, okay, due to these corner cases. So always think of them explicitly. Okay, so let's have a look at the coding section, where I'm going to explain you how to write a custom sort method. So let's first take an input vector to test our code. So vector of int a, and let's take the values in the discussed in the sample program: 3, 30, 34, 5, 9. 3, 30, 34, 5 and 9. Okay, now let's call our own method, form largest. So let's return string here and collect it in a string largest number equals to form largest number, and let's pass this vector as input. Okay, so this naming convention is called camel case, when you start each of the word with a capital letter. Okay, so this is just one way to define methods or strings or any variable name in any of the programming languages. And let's just print out the largest number formed is equals to largest number. Okay, okay, so let's write the actual logic here. So the return type of our method should be string, and the name is form largest number, and it takes a vector of int as the parameter. So int a. Okay, that's it. So we have written the skeleton, and now we need to write the actual logic here. So as discussed, we need to convert all the numbers to string. Okay, so we will also demonstrate how to convert the integers to string in C++. So let's first create a vector of string to store all the numbers in the form of string, and let's call it b, and let's loop through all the elements of the array. I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Okay, what is n? N is the size of the vector, which is the number of elements in the vector a. So n equals to a dot size. This will return us the number of elements present in the vector a. Okay, so we have looping through all the elements. Now what do we need to do? We need to push, or we need to insert these elements in the form of string into another vector b. So that's why p dot pushback, b dot pushback, what should be here? The string form of each of the elements. So to underscore string is the by default method provided by the C++ library in order to convert an integer value to a string value. So what does it do? It just converts to 22 as a digit to string written as 22. Okay, so this is a very convenient method that you might understand as we move forward. Okay, now finally, after forming all the numbers to string, what we need to do, we need to arrange them so that we understand which of the value is greater after concatenating each of them. Okay, so let's write a custom sort method. So first we'll just sort them. So this is the syntax: b dot begin, b dot end. What does it tell? It just tells that sort all the values from the beginning of the vector till the end of the vector. So this is the range that is to be sorted. Now if you're sorting an ordinary array, you will just do this. There's no need for another method. You'll just do this and it will sort in the increasing order for you. But as I mentioned, when you need to write a logic of your own, you need to write another method here. Let's call CMP. So this is the name of the method that is performing the actual sorting among the strings or among the vector elements. So we need to define this as well. So let's write it here. And the return type of this is always Boolean. Okay, or you can have it int as well. It will return 0 or 1. So whatever you need to return, you need to keep it as the return type. So let's type boolean here, boolean cmp, and what it does, it takes two values as input. So always sorting is performed by comparing two elements at a time. So the input of the input parameters of the custom sort method would always be two values in the form of whichever the vector you are need to sorting. Okay, so here we are sorting strings, so that's why we are taking two strings as the input parameter. And how do we perform sorting? We just compare. Now what we need to decide, we need to decide whether we should output 303 or 330. Okay, so if the first string is 30 and the second string is 3, so do we need to append AB or do we need to append BA? Okay, so we'll try both of these and we'll return whichever is greatest. So what do? We just create another string, suppose xy. So what does xy tell? That x is first and then y. So x first and then y means append y to x. Okay, and the other string would be string yx, that is append x to y. So append x to y means x plus y plus x. Okay, now what do we return? We return whichever is greatest. So xy greater than yx. Okay, so let me explain you what I have written here. I have written a custom comparator method which is the logic defined for sorting these vector elements. How are we sorting? We are just taking two elements at a time and we are comparing which of the values should be occurring first in the sorted array. Okay, so when xy is greater than yx, so it will return true. Okay, because whenever the equation is returning true, so it will return true, and then returning true refers to whichever element was bigger, keep it at first. Okay, so returning to true in the comparing method tells the custom sort method that whichever is first should be taken as first and then the second value. So that's why this custom sort would do the task for us. So it might be a bit complicated at first, but as we keep writing these custom sort methods as per the need, it will help you get more and more clear. So just spend some more time understanding this logic and it will help you a lot. So this is a very important or very crucial step while writing a competitive code in C++. We need to compare and sort the elements on the basis of the requirement and not always in the increasing order. Okay, so after we have collected each of the strings in the increasing order, what do we need to do? We just need to sort, we just need to append each of them to form the largest element. Okay, so again let me tell you, we are not sorting directly in the form of increasing order. Otherwise if we directly sort it in the form of increasing order, 9 would come after 34 because 34 is the greatest. So answer would be 34, then 30, then 9, then 5, then 3. But as you can see, digit wise comparison is required here, and hence we are writing this custom sort method. Okay, because we are comparing which string would return as the greatest number when appended in both the forms. So as you can see, 93 would be returned before 39. Okay, this is the only logic here. Now just loop over all the string elements. So let's write a string s as the output, and let's loop over all the elements. So this is another way to loop over all the elements of a vector or an array for auto val in which vector b, just append that val to string. So s plus equals to val. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are just looping over each of the elements of the vector b and we are appending it to the string, and finally we return that string. So let's confirm return type is string and we are returning a string. Okay, so this should work. Let's have a look at the output. Okay, compiled successfully. Let's just run this and compare our output with what was required. The largest number formed is 9534330. 9534330. Okay, so as you can see, it is working fine as what was required. So let me again help you explain with this particular example. 30 and then appending 3, and then second case is 3 and then appending 30. Okay, that's why I've marked them in two different colors to help you understand. we need to decide whether this is the correct or whether this is larger or this is larger. Okay, so this particular part is done in the custom sort method. Suppose string x is 3 and y is 30. Okay, so this is checking whether xy, which is x appended y, so what it would return, x appended y would be 330, and what is y appended x, 303. Okay, so it is checking which among them is greater, and then it is returning the greater value first. So if xy is greater than yx, so it will return xy. So it will ask the custom sort method to put xy before yx in this output array. So that's why array B is getting sorted in that order. So instead of this, let's also print out the initial the intermediate values, so you get a better understanding. Okay, so let's see how the elements have been get sorted. Okay, so here you can see the vector B will be containing 9 first, then 5, then 34, then 3, and then 30, and then finally we are just appending it. That's not a big deal. The big deal is this particular part, whether 34 should come before 3 or 30, or what should be the order, and this ordering is only done because of the custom sort method. Okay, so we hope that you have understood this logic, and we recommend you to spend some more time understanding this logic, and that would definitely help you. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.